All right, let's get this party started. All right, so we have quite a few things, quite a few developments. Let there be light. Quite a few developments. I've posted some videos, especially on YouTube and TikTok. Check me out on YouTube. Well, Tree Star Systems everywhere. If you're watching this, you might be on YouTube already. But this gets simulcasted to YouTube and Twitch, and you can check me out on those platforms as well as TikTok. Now, Tree Star Systems there as well. We got a welding table. We got a welding table, and it sucks too a little bit because the first welding table that I wanted, the guy finally reached back out to me, and I'm like, hey, I already bought one. And his does seem really nice in terms of like uh, just it's well put together, better put together, and I think it's probably a little bit more how would I say balanced level, you know. So if you watch my other shorts and things like that and videos on TikTok and YouTube, you'll see what I'm talking about. Where I did inspect the table last night. We got some new stuff. We got to unbox and set these up today. I've been wanting this. They finally just got it back in stock. If I buy power tools, I'm gonna get them from Harbor Freight. And when I say power tools, corded power tools, I'm getting them from Harbor Freight, and it's usually going to be the Bauer brand. Keeps it red, just like my Craftsman. All my Craftsman stuff, I'm buying the same tools, but corded when out here, so I don't have to worry about switching batteries and all this other stuff. I don't want to do that. So this one is really nice. This has a 3-inch cutoff wheel, and it's pretty much at a right angle, which is cool. I could probably add those extension pieces that I already have to this. And this goes at 20,000. Damn. 20,000 RPMs. This Bauer, this angle grinder, which I have an extension just so I can do kind of the same thing. So, for instance, I can go down like this and go whatever and get into those spots. But I think this one is like 11,000 RPM. Yeah, yeah, I think this is like 11,000 RPM, man. And that's whoa, that's crazy. If that's wow. All right, cool. Um, And last time I had gotten this die grinder, they didn't have a Bauer version to it, so got a die grinder. And so far this works pretty well. Get into like the areas on the inside of the stake pocket, between the trailer and the stake pocket. So getting into those crevices and trying to get those uh, beat down those welds. Um, we do have to clean up as well. Oh, other thing is a bigger grinder. So finally got this. Been wanting this. Originally, before I got that other Bauer grinder with the extension on it, I wanted to get this. And then I started looking at it and researching, and I was like, oh, I want something that's going to cut. And I made the right choice getting that. So finally coming back around to getting this bad boy. So this is for bigger surface areas, grinding down concrete if I needed to, things like that. So really happy to get this. I wouldn't say ran into some money, but a friend gave me some money back, and it was really just I was down in South Florida or I was down in Tampa, Florida yesterday, dropping off a dog. Did rehomed one of my dogs, um, or rehomed a dog that, yeah, rehomed a dog. So somebody gave me their responsibility to rehome a dog, so I had to do that. So rehome that dog, and uh, did that. Stayed in the area a little bit longer, and I was like, hey, let me look at what's on Facebook Marketplace. You know me, and I found a decent, really decent um, uh, uh, welding table. Needs a lot of work in terms of what I want and up to my standards. But it's also good because I can modify, do whatever I need to, and don't feel too bad about it. Do not know why. As soon as I start doing these damn streams, I have to itch my nose every 2 seconds. Maybe because I'm moving my mouth and my beard. All right, but yeah, so let's look at that. Think. Oh yeah. All right, cool. We'll get back to this bad boy here in a second and get that bad boy finished up today. Do have some parts coming in for it, and we'll go over that in a moment. But this is the table. You could see here that this side, this side is bent out. What I noticed is there's a cross beam there, and that is 29.25 inch, whereas this down here is 29 inches. So I'm gonna chop that off, which is fine. I'm gonna do that anyway. Extend this table out to 10 feet. In material alone, this is 1/8 of an inch square tubing and 1/8 of an inch rectangular tubing. I'm gonna well, actually, check out the video on YouTube. I uploaded last night about this, in terms of what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna inlay that miter saw and then some other things. But essentially, it'll be half fixture table, 5 feet, and then another 5 feet this way. Basically, these studs are 5 foot apart, 5 foot on center, and this side will be probably about, I would say, ½ inch thick or 1/4 inch thick, most likely, steel plate. And I'll just have that inlaid into this and then extend it out a little bit. So buying some more pieces and then getting it to where I need it. But I'm gonna have to fix that. So I don't feel bad about doing that. It got it for a good price. Watch the YouTube video. I got some hoses and everything coming around, so I can actually get this plasma cutter hooked up in place underneath it. So I'll have the welding machine and the plasma cutter sitting underneath this table. So got to get this done, then we can start on this, and then we can start moving forward with this, because we got a chop saw now. So I wanted to do an unboxing, but I couldn't help it. I wanted to actually start doing some measurements on this, but we'll go through it and its assembly probably in another video. All right. A lot of cables too, like all this stuff on the floor, like all this is gonna be running across the floor. Like I gotta fix that. So I'm gonna probably have some type of like step over where all this stuff is going to run across the floor, and then I can just step over it. Probably could find something that has that. All right. This cam. All right. 71. Let's charge this. I do want to get out today. Beautiful day, but I do want to get out and go to the store and get some more levels for this project, because I want to have this thing as leveled and balanced more importantly, balanced as possible. So we're gonna work with that. Oh, I never did a sound check. James Harden without a beard? I was like, that's James Harden? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Huh. Interesting. What do we want to do? So, Tree Star Systems should be live. Yeah. Oh man, I would have felt absolutely stupid. All right. For a second, I thought it was alive. Jeez. All right. Anyways, so we'll get these unpacked and go from there. But for now, let's just go ahead and put those down there. Oh, and then I got the consumables. Been wanting to use one of these, a flap disc, and then some 7-inch cutoff wheels and 3-inch cutoff wheels. So, getting this done, or getting that in place, and then I need to get this drawer organized a little bit more. Already run out of room on this thing. Kind of, sorta. Yeah, definitely ran out of room on it already. Also ordered some goggles so I can actually wear that face mask because that face mask is going to be game changer. I need that. I need that face mask. That's going to be a lot safer, a lot easier, more comfortable in some air. Well, it's going to be a little tighter to the face, but it's going to be somewhat more comfortable. Also got some new glasses and some other stuff. Anyways, let's get started. All right, so oh shoot. Some things were done off stream just because you start working on it and then you're like, man, I don't feel like streaming right now. So some things were done off stream with this unit. Um, okay. One of the things is working with this unit. I have a replacement filter coming in today, along with a couple other things. Let's see what we actually have on the menu or in receiving today. And another thing is to get a circular saw. I need to get a metal circular saw. So got a, let's see here. Does it show? Yeah, so it got a hole punch, hydraulic hole puncher coming in today, a replacement filter, and yeah, that's all this. So the replacement filter will go into here. This has a leak, and I can't seem to get it to not leak, no matter how tight it is. I was looking for a new rubber gasket, couldn't find one. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that one. But this, put new thread tape on this side. I want to put some on this side. Changed out the nozzle because I have 3/8 fittings for my air compressor. So I took out the quarter inch fitting and put that away. Yeah, let's get this last fitting off and get it thread taped. Not really needed. It's like not needed on this side at least, I think, but because it is so far doing well. So I was in Tampa again, right? And the guy that I bought this cutter from, as I said, I shorted him $25, and I felt bad about that because the guy gave me. We looked at it in the last stream where we went over the consumables, and he did me a solid, man. And I felt freaking bad about that shit. So I said, man, I'm gonna be down there again, and So let me make sure I get that man his money. So said, so done. About 4 o'clock in the morning, my black ass walk up to his house and leaves the money in like a makeshift envelope with a thank you message. And he responded, I guess he said he was camping this weekend. Not sure if he actually did go camping, but because I saw his truck and stuff, so I don't know how he went camping. But I don't know how he went camping, or I saw his truck and I was like, oh, okay, because maybe they have an RV or something, right? I mean, hey, listen, that's none of my fucking business. But I was like, oh man, maybe he's here. And I was like, you know what? I mean, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's weird for me to even fucking do this, but I'm not going to be in Tampa all damn day. So let me just drop this shit off. And dropped it off and left it on, like, I walked up to his steps and, like, threw it on, like, he has this raised porch area, and then he has a lean-to and everything, or a carport, like a tall carport. Like, you could put an RV under that sucker. And then, of course, it goes into his garage. But he has a raised porch, and, like, so the porch comes up to, like, my chest. I walk up, and I, like, say this is the carpet. I just throw it on there, and it's, like, half off. And I'm like, man, I hope it doesn't rain, but I'm not getting any closer to this motherfucking house and getting shot. I was like, I'm not doing it. This is fucking South Florida. Or this is not South Florida, but this is Florida. I see motherfuckers get shot just for asking for directions, and I don't want to be another fucking news story or some shit, man. I ain't with it. So, oh, what is this? What is this? So let's see if we can. So I was like, nah, I am just going to. I'm just gonna do this real quick, in and out. And he texted me the next day. He's like, man, thank you so much. Anytime you're in Tampa, if you're in a bind, just hit me up. And I was like, wow. I gave him 30. I owed him 25. Gave him $30, and went about my business. And then bought that table a little bit later on in the day. Stayed in the area, fell asleep, in a parking lot, and yeah. All right, so let's use kind of like clean this off, file it down, so to speak. But I want to try and make sure, just do the one-time maintenance, so to speak, on this type of stuff. I don't have any wire brushes to get in there, I think. Oh, okay. Use this. It's not the exact thing to use, but all right. But really nice guy, and if you're buying stuff, he was graceful enough to let me slide and actually get the unit. And then I just happened to have to be back in Tampa to drop off a dog, and I said, man, let me make sure I make it whole. So that and a late fee. Ooh, okay. Trying to see this. Probably shouldn't strip this back. Not needed. I just want the excess to be kind of off, or knocking down the excess. It seemed like there was a pretty hard part. So probably should use like WD-40 and just a regular scrub brush. I'm gonna have to sand this top down too on this thing. By the way, this will be a stream that I'll have to be talking more. Just my thoughts as things come up. One thing I'm getting is that with these plasma cutters, your air has to be pretty clean. So this is a antimicrobial compressed air filter, suggested change interval, Motor Guard Corporation. No, this one isn't. This is the 7.2, or this is the M26. I think the M60 is microbial filter, and then that has like a different cartridge for it. And I think I was actually, when I was looking at the cartridges, it was a little bit more expensive because of that feature, I guess. Thread tape, I don't use this enough. Anytime I'm doing something, to be very honest, I'll put it in there raw dog. No thread tape, and this is a big thing when it comes to like just air in general, or dealing with components that use air. Like this one here, just in there raw dog. So that's not good. I could probably change that right now. Where's our air? let's just change. While we're working on it, let's just change it now, and then we'll blow out this piece here and anything else. Blow up this table too. This whole thing needs thread tape. Damn near every junction point. Yep. All right. Trying to make sure it's clean too, but not doing the greatest job. And also, I think this thread tape is like pretty dry because it comes off pretty quickly, like that. It's like it doesn't stick as well. So guess I should have put it on the opposite way. A lot of driving yesterday, man. I left the house. Shit. I left the house maybe like 12 o'clock Saturday morning, right? And didn't get back until like 6 or something like that. Yeah, 6, 7. So that's 12, 18 hours, man. 18 freaking hours, dude. I didn't even sleep much. Like, I didn't sleep much last night either. I stayed up. I wanted to do some streaming last night while I was in here, but it got cold. I felt my body feeling weird too, and I was just like, yo, you need to lay your ass down. So, got some food and laid up in the couch. And here we are. Okay. Let's see. We'll test every connection as we go along. Yeah, thread tape. Thread tape, great invention. So that's good. Okay, so now we need to get this one here. I see where people double over on spread tape or thread tape, where they kind of make it a little bit on the chunkier side in terms of how much they put on. I'm trying not to do that. I just can't get this right. So I'm probably going to have to just double this up so I can get full coverage. Also, this is like probably something where I should have a vise. And that's one thing I really want to get this this table up for. This welding table going, because if I can get a vise, I already got the vise that I want. A couple vices actually. I got one vise already, but then one or two other vices. Also the the grinder, a desk bench grinder. I want to get it put in place as well. So let's see here. Mm, yeah. I used to have like a zoom in option on the camera itself, so I wanted to try and zoom in for y'all, whoever's watching. So, oh, I think it's just me. Okay. Ugh. All right, what's the next piece? This. And when I say double up, I mean like they'll get this into like a strand and make it a little bit thicker, and wrap it around. Uh, oh yeah, that's a better technique right here. Usually you like it to be on the thinner side so it can get threaded in there properly, because this will cause a blockage. This is like a little bit too thick in my opinion. If we can focus, yeah, you can kind of see it. There's a little bit of a bump. Let's see if I can push that down a little bit. I also went to a Bucky's yesterday. Bucky's in St. Augustine, Florida, on my way back up. So the trip yesterday was from where I live, Waycross, Georgia, 4 hours south to Tampa, Florida. Dropped off Creed, the dog. Uh, Really much better home. And when I say much better home, I fed him, made sure he was good and everything. But somebody that's going to specifically take care of just him, focus on him, and keep him happy. And the guy is a lover of animals and everything. It was a free rehoming. I lost money, of course, by having to drive down there, which was another reason why I wanted to try and get make it worthwhile, get the table. I also got an oil change, waiting to make sure that I can. I stayed in the area to get the actual table, the welding table. So yeah, dropped the dog off, dropped the money off, probably 20 minutes away in Tampa, and then drove 46 minutes north to Spring Hill, Florida. That area was pretty nice, but roads and everything were really nice, well done. But yeah, drove up to Spring Hill, Florida. Got the oil change there. Slept in the parking lot, or slept in the parking lot. Got an oil change. Then finally got with the people. The lady was really nice, and she was going to her grandson's baseball game, and I'm like, hey, listen, I'm not in the area for too long, but all right, I understand. And then she was like, well, let's see what we can do. So they were able to actually catch the Suns baseball game, streamed it, and while I was waiting for my oil change, because my truck was already in, and then they're getting it done. So I mean, she was super nice about it. Again, the table was it was $100 more than the other table that I originally wanted. But this table, I wouldn't say is in shambles or anything. Decent shape, decent condition. Could have been quote unquote done better. Just like anything, right? But it was perfect in the sense that I can actually take this table and take it apart. Like I am going to like gut this thing down to the frame, and I could actually leave it as is. 617. I don't know who that is. Um, I can, I can. I don't necessarily have to. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Recruiter. Anyways, um, I can do a lot with this table in terms of getting it to where I want it, and not feel bad about it. I like to dismantle things and see how they tick, what's good and what's bad. That's why I want to get the more levels today, some longer, wider levels. Oh yeah, it's airtight, baby. Wow, super powerful. I'm loving this with the thread tape. Like wow, big difference. Big difference. So that's a good fix. All right, let's move on. We got that little this area cleared out. Let's do a little bit more to this machine here before we start closing it up. Ooh. I'm in no rush with this, but also want to get it done. Oh, so it has a little water hose here. Got to make sure that drains out so it doesn't drain into the machine. There's a little water hose that goes to the bottom of the machine and drips out. So that's cool. Make sure that lands where it needs to. Also, let's make sure it's blown out. Probably not the best to blow it back into the tube, but whatever. Big difference. Big difference. Big bell. Sorry. Check out an artist, Ando San. Black bass guitarist, I think. Yeah, bass guitarist. Thump bass guitarist. Also reminds me of Palafia. Those guys. That's a really good, like, they have a really good song. All, like, instruments and stuff. I think did they do something with Ando San? I don't remember. Oh, no. People want them to do something with Ando San, though. This is a T25. Okay. I don't think we need any. Yeah, that was just for the grill. So, put this over there. All right, let's get this back on there. I think one more rotation should get it in place. So much so that it is required. That should be enough. And then we can put this bad boy back on there. I also like doing this stuff where you take it apart because then you know how to really like fix it. Kind of know what's normal. I am not a read the manual person. I do sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, but I actually want to read the manual for this a little bit more. Also, I saw a 2050 version of this unit that was going for like really cheap. And the 2050 unit, I forgot what it's a. This is a 40 amp unit. The 2050, I can only assume it looks like it's an older unit, but I think it's I want to say maybe I doubt it gouges up to 2. Does it gouge up to 2 inches? Because the 1000 unit gouges up to or cuts up to inch and a half of material. And the unit I was looking at, which is in like or which was available, that has since sold. That was the original unit I was looking at, but that was far. Guy never answered, so I guess he got somebody. Something cool that I've been listening to is I wouldn't say I'm a huge Warhammer 40K fan. Never played the board game and all that, but definitely like the lore. And then also there's like channels like Tales from the Void, Imperium Stories. So those are really good like audiobooks. Just listening in the background while you're working and stuff. Pause it. None of the stories are canon, I believe, but entertaining nonetheless. Wish I would have got back a little bit earlier yesterday, but I couldn't. Could have got some welding lessons. Oh, that's like almost too tight for this. And yet, I tighten more. Yeah, okay. All right. The machine itself, clean. We're good. Wait. Yeah, we're good. So next we gotta clean the shroud and get it put back together and test it. Oh, yeah. We'll clean the shroud and then we'll break out the Dremel, which I already started. So break out the Dremel to clean off the trigger switch. I actually ordered a new actuator switch, the red and yellow piece that I showed in previous videos or streams. So ordered a new one of these. We'll use a Dremel to knock off all this wood. Already started here, so that looks good. And I do want to take this apart fully, so we'll do that in a second. I was thinking about painting it because I saw somebody else do that, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd do all that. Trying to keep these cables off the floor. All right. Shroud. All right, so this Not really that dirty. Let's get good old blue back to a semblance of glory. So this here will knock off the dust. Oh, I forgot to bring out Goo Gone. Damn it. I'll go and get that in a second. We'll take a break. Actually, all right, yeah, we'll do that. I'll clean the inside, put it back on, get it assembled again, and then I can get the Goo Gone for the outside. But we'll get this fully assembled here. Quick, fast, and in a hurry, because the inside, clean, you know. Guy had a really nice shop, a lot of stuff in there, great lighting, love the lighting, really tall as well, and you know, it clean shop. I mean, the shop was clean for a shop. You know what I mean? Like you could tell he used it. Gets dirty over the years. A little bit of mold here and there, but yeah, clean, 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 clean. Also, you know, like you could see the schematic in here, man. Like this is, yeah, this is clean. Schematic's like brand new. I did want to order a new Miller sticker for that, so I was thinking about that. It's probably what I'll attack with the glue gun a little bit. Cut this off. Oof, that's caked on. Yeah, this one, that sticker I'm gonna peel off. Dang it. They'll send something here in a second again. We can also worry about getting some of these dents out. Okay, good. Yep. It's like little things like this, you know, just get them done now. I mean, once it's in, and you're not gonna care. You'll make your own new dents as well. I think it's like aluminum or something. It's not magnetic. I doubt it's like fiberglass or nothing. Yeah, it ain't fiberglass because it's stiff. It's not that stiff. I also saw like the next welding machine I'll get. Like, God forbid mine breaks down in a couple years. The one that's currently out now is about $7,000. Its replacement, it's the XMT 400, and then they also have the XMT 400 Auto Reach or something like that, or Arc Reach or something. Yeah, Arc Reach, and I think that's so you can have like different attachments and stuff for it. So I get a unit like that will probably be available, hopefully be available on Facebook Marketplace in the next couple of years. If I want to get this out, I'm gonna have to bang it out. we are going to need a hard hammer for this. Oh, shoot. So the dirtiest spot is the top on this. So let's get that wiped off before I put it to my already dirty shirt. Okay. All right. Put that in the water. Okay. So we're going to get this back straight. Oh, okay, cool. Piece of the desk is actually helping me hold this thing up. So that's nice. So we need a hard hammer first. I don't want to just use a mallet, but I want to get it as flat as possible. Now we can use a mallet. So we still have crooked edge right there. This is good enough. I don't know which way is front. Oh, I think it's that's the back edge anyway. Yeah, I won't see this shit. It's perfect. All right. Missed a bit of dust on the inside. All right, let's put this thing back together. I don't like to start up systems like this because I don't know much about them. I definitely don't want to start them up while they're apart. So let's put our tools away. What we don't need separated from what we do. The wrenches, I will need that here in a second. Oh shit. Air pressure is so good. It pressed a button. That's hilarious. Oh man. Huh? No way. Okay. I gotta fix this. Okay, so wow, that's good air pressure. It literally pressed only the keys down. All right, let's man, that's crazy. Testing, testing. All right, cool. Okay. Oh, let's get her back into view. Like I'm really staying, trying to clean the safest spots, so to speak. Like, I want to get in there, but I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay, so let's get the shroud back on. See that cable on the other side sticking out a little bit. Okay, I think that's okay. This is also a good time to wear a respirator. I have been holding my breath though. All right, gotta make sure we got the right screws for the right spot, so we can over drill into some type of component. So, thank goodness I stopped myself on that one. These screws should be for the handles. Stupid ass. There we go. I got this on about like a 3 resistance, so it shouldn't over tighten or strip the screws. We'll get the filter of the grill and filter on. So grill, cleaned it out off camera. I was just looking at some stuff and cleaning. So got that cleaned up. Nothing special there. Did that on the last video anyway with the other piece. With the welder. All right. Oh, this has long screws too. But wait, there's more. All right, so wait. Oh shoot. Maybe these are for the grill. Ah, great. These are the screws for the grill. Great. Awesome. All right, let's get these out. Sounds like my delivery might have come. I'll get that along with the goo gone. All right, grill is in place. Get these handles on, or the case on. All right. So not sure where this bracket was placed on the system. I do have pictures though. Another reason why, I mean, I like taking pictures of this stuff, but another good thing about taking a lot of pictures is that you'll have something to refer back to later on, and you don't think you need it until you need it. Like I need it, and now I don't think I have it. Do have video though. Why did I not get the? Oh man, I didn't get the air filter. Oh no. All right, we got like one picture of just the air filter assembly, and it looks like it's gonna be useless for me because we got cables covering it. Hmm. All right. Guess it goes where we want it to. All right. My dog is just, he be doing this one single bark thing, and it's semi annoying, but then it's like he's persistent about it. And he just don't stop. And it's just like, yo, you're not barking anything. You want attention, attention I can't give you right now. And I think you really need to stop. Shut yourself up. Sometimes I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't mind having them close to me, but then it's not always good because they'll just get in the way. Or I got big dogs, like they're South African Mastiffs, also known as Boer Bulls. Saw them on Instagram, loved them, and went from there. But these dogs will literally eat anything. And I am not over exaggerating when I say this. These dogs chew bricks. Dead ass they chew bricks. Okay, I want to get you guys to kind of see this part. So, mounting this filter back here, it had this piece, it had this, the lock washer, I think, and then the nut. They had like a whole assembly. So get that hand tightened. Same thing. Add this piece on there. This going through it. Lock washer. Ins and out. Another thing that was nice about what this guy had, he had like everything in there. So he even had the 3/8 nipple on here. But his system, he had a bigger hose. Oh shoot, ripped the glove. He had the 1/4 inch setup. But I was able to find this. I mean, would have bought it anyway, but it's nice to have that. Like it's like it's all there. All right, so I need. Oh shoot, that was unexpected. Okay. Okay. All right, so now that we have this, in a sense, fully assembled, let's go ahead and test the air system before we go any further. Probably should have done this earlier. On this, I'm expecting one leak on the bottom of this filter. I can't get it sealed enough. As I said, I need a gasket. So, yeah, it's Oh, shoot. Pressure's too high. This unit only needs 75 psi. What's nice about my compressor is that I can have two different pressures. Actually, oh wow, no, I can have two different line outs, but so 90 in between 60 and 90 should be 75. All right. Okay. Yeah, I have two line outs. I thought I had like I can have two different pressures at the same time, but not the case. So I can always have some type of thing before this, like a regulator, I think is what they call them. So I can have a regulator before this if I needed to. So if I wanted to keep the tank pressure at 120 psi, I can keep that, and then have this down a little bit further. I hope I didn't damage anything. That would suck. So let's see. I'm not sure what's leaking there. That's just coming out. That's just coming out this thing and the hose at the bottom here. Um, okay, let's plug this thing in. Hopefully no spark supply. Fingers crossed. Oh, shoot. Really should have wired like two outlets when I did all this. So let me push this up a little bit. Okay. Um, Once we test this, then we can move on. So I should be able to get a flame to come out of the end of this bad boy. All right, let's turn it on. So the pressure light is amber. The pressure light on this thing is amber. We have power, but I think the pressure light should be green. But no working. Okay, so probably got an issue with the pressure. Probably overpressure. So I'll turn it down until I don't hear the air come out. That just sounds like it just made more air come out. Huh. I got it at 75. It's not good. Why is it doing that? Okay. The pressure light's not on. All right. So it does a blow off for like a couple seconds. I think like 15 seconds. So I think it's good or better. Yeah. Okay. So blowing out the bottom, excess air. This system seems tight. I can't hear even the other system. I can't even hear the other leak. Pressure light looks like it's there. Okay. Grandma, get the camera. Let's get the grounding lead. Get it over to. I don't know if you can have two grounding leads hooked up to a system at once, or to a machine at once, or material at once. Kind of don't see why not, but I also don't want to see any issues. So that's connected, and let's see if we can cut off that piece there. Oh, gloves. Real gloves. Also should have put on some pants. Well, let me get this set up first. Let me get the camera set up first, and then, ooh, where am I going to get the camera set up? There. All right, I have a camera for this, but it's not working. Oh man. Um. Yeah, I'm not sure why the trailer camera's not working. Uh, oh man. All right. Well, we'll probably. I gotta be careful why I do this, but I can't hold camera at the same time. Or get it in a. Oh, great! It worked. I don't know why it was down. All right. Awesome. All right. So we can get this. Yeah. Let's get this party started. Let me put on my protective overall chaps and see what this thing does. Definitely always got to put on your gear. I was definitely ready not to, but definitely hesitant as well. So I have these overall slash chaps, which are pretty good, and it gets the job done. Wait, wait. It has a whole bunch of straps on them, so you can keep it. It stays in place. Once you put like one of them on, it's hard to get another leg on, and I'm not that flexible. Okay. Uh, let's put on an eye protection. What should I cut off first? Whoa. It works. Whoa. Holy shit. So this is a drag tip. Ugh. Thank God I put on my protection. This thing is fucking great. Holy shit. Couple passes. Probably got to turn up the amps on this thing. But it is working. Oh, yeah. This is fucking awesome. Hell yeah. All right. Let that go. Let me get the camera. That was fucking cool, bro. Like, I tested it when I got it, but I never, like, I was like, oh, sparks, good. But didn't really try and cut through anything. let's let's take a look at that, what I did. Oh, man. Okay. So, as I said, I'm definitely going to have to look for something to handle all these cables here. Um, got my ground lead there. But, yeah, look at that. A couple passes. I'm going to have to turn up the amps. Of course, not the cleanest cut, but also not the cleanest technique. I got a little thing that's coming, a roller guide. Um, hopefully I didn't damage anything else, especially this here. But yeah, that's pretty freaking sweet, man. Again, 620 or 655 bucks is what I paid for this total. So this is awesome, fucking great, just great. Oh yeah, hell yeah. So I'll have it sitting underneath there, move it as needed. This is the unit in operation. So what I was getting here was an amber light. So that means at that time the pressure is too low. Like I think I bled the tank pretty much, and then once something I did something, but maybe I twisted it too much or whatever. But now it's good. I expect it to show green, but if there's any one of these lights, no cut. So pressure, nothing else was wrong with it, and then the fan hasn't spun. I don't know if I like this fan not spinning, but yeah, we'll see about that. I'll monitor that fan. The only reason is because when I was taking this apart, it jostled a little bit, taking off the grill. So hopefully it didn't get disconnected. Um, I can check that, I guess. No, I can't because those things together. I gotta take off the air filter and everything else again. But yeah, we'll see. Actually, let's do this. Oh no, it works. Fan is fine. Yeah, fan is fine. I thought I heard it, but I wasn't sure. But that's good. Yeah, fan is good. Let's put this bad boy back together, and I'll be right back with some Gugon and some other stuff. And yeah, man, that blue crew, that big blue crew, baby. We cut and put back together, baby. Hell yeah, that's awesome. This is sick. I love it. All right, that big blue crew, 94. All right. Okay, so that sound is annoying. The sound with the air is very annoying. But yeah, usually you're just gonna cut and it's done, right? So uh super happy about that. Super happy. So I didn't mess it up too much or anything. Ooh, probably shouldn't have put the air filter on before I got it cleaned up. It's gonna be a hard crevice to get into. My birthday's coming up pretty soon. I need to buy myself. Well, I need to buy myself some AirPods. I almost want a new phone, but this one works. It would be good to get a new phone and then just put the new one in the drawer and then use this old one. I definitely need to get a new case for that. I'll order a new case for it at least, especially a black one. Yeah, definitely get a black one. I'll get an OtterBox. Okay, so anyways, these are my chips. But yeah, these are pretty good. What does that sound? I mean, oh yeah. But yeah, these are pretty nice. Um, you know, shoes or something to something else, but got the eye protection and stuff I had on earlier. But this is good, especially if you're wearing shorts. At least you can get some type of protection from the front side, especially stuff falling on your junk. But yeah, super happy about this bad boy. This is a good purchase, and I didn't even have it up all the way. That was only 30 amps, so this should cut through 5/8 stick, 5/8 inch, 5/8 of an inch thick material. So yeah, it powered through, or it didn't power, but it did well a second ago. Had to do a couple passes, but that could be the and this is hot, I'm sure. But we'll take a break, and then I can get what I need. But so that this drag tip here, this is called a drag tip. So you could just drag it across the material. It has a bit of a clearance or small enough clearance, but that can get gummed up pretty easily. So that's a consumable. I'm hoping to once I get a bench grinder, that I can actually get clean these up and then file these down to like reuse them, um, especially using the Dremel and everything too. But air system is good, fully connected with the filter. Um, Minor air leak on the filter housing itself. Um, but I'm going to be changing out the filter here in a little bit. I wouldn't doubt that my parts and stuff already arrived. Oh no, it just shows it's arriving today. Let's track that package. Still out for delivery. Anyways, all right. So yeah, let's move forward with cleaning this off. So we'll let this cool off. I don't know if a faster way of letting this cool off. Not cool to the touch or nothing, but not bad. One of the things with these drag tips, right? Like it getting that close to the material, there's the port where the air gets pushed through, and the electrode kind of makes the connection, um, or makes the arc, and then uses the air to push through it. Is that with these drag tips, it can get gummed up right there at that point in the nozzle. Very small opening, very small opening right there that can really get gummed up with metal that you're cutting, you know? So it's good to get that out and cleaned off. So I'll clean this thing off and go from there. Anyways, enough waffling, enough waffling. Let's get that done. So I'll take a quick commercial break. Ugh, quick commercial break, and we'll move on because then we can probably even get to the table a little bit today. I need to get some more parts though, or some more tools, levels. Actually, no, I only need one more level. Forgot like I have a good enough level for the width or depth of the table, or width of the table really. Actually, depth as well. Ugh. No need to undress me with your eyes. I do it myself. Okay. All right. Be right back. Hello, hello. All right, back at it like a crack addict. Got our goo gone here, and we'll finish cleaning this bad boy up. In fact, I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see. Screen full. All right, let's see what that looked like on stream. I'm over here clicking. That's funny. Um, all right, live. Okay. All right, back a little bit. A little bit to the filter. Um, in operation, that's pretty freaking sweet, man.
Oh yeah.
Again,
that looks
620
nice.
or
Camera
655
angle's good
bucks
too.
is what I paid for this total. So this is awesome.
Okay.
Fucking great. I paid for, man. Jenny a roller or something. Didn't really try and cut through it, and we're like, that was. Probably got to turn up the amps on this thing. Holy shit! Wait, did I not get the cut on screen? No. Oh, is the camera like frozen? Damn it. I think that camera's frozen. Once you put like one of them on. Well, I have more cuts in the future. But it looks like my But I never like, I was like, oh, sparks, good.
Yeah, it's frozen.
But
because
didn't really try and cut through
I
anything.
can see this fan is not spinning.
Let's take a look at that. What I did.
All right, I'll have to fix that.
Man.
It just started doing it the other day, so.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. Not cool, but cool nonetheless. We will work through it. Wait, no. What do we want? This cam. All right. That sucks, but tis what it is. Let's finish all mission. The Emperor protects. I didn't even know there was a time change today. I always forget the time change every year. Can't wait to get this like in its place, so to speak, because there's so much like equipment I have in here now, and I try to protect it by making sure that it has its spot. And if it has its spot, it shouldn't move or doesn't get easily damaged. I can do things to protect it. I noticed these things don't have like an air filter on the front grill, so I would love to put in a cabinet of some sort or some pre-filter using like an AC filter or something, right? Or AC like return air filter, and use it. Oh, I should unplug this. Use it instead to put like put a door in front of it, and then everything has to get sucked through that. Also keep the bugs out, right? It's another thing because that was an issue in the other unit. So let's just take off this sticker here. Another thing is like buying another one of these, each one of these units, um, so that I can protect my investment in the platform itself, have parts if need be, donor parts, getting not a service contract, but somebody that can service these systems, these machines, besides myself. Another thing is like, the art captains, they're smaller systems, smaller machines, and they do a lot, pack a lot of power for what they are. In some cases, they're multifunction. But I do like a bigger machine, sturdier machine, purpose built machine. That doesn't mean it's always good. And you also have to think about the art captain is made now. And then what are some of these units, if you wanted to go 280 amps, super small, you can get a Millard CS 280. And that'll get you 280 amps, which is probably more than enough for what I need, So there's that. Okay. I have 2 extra screws. Yep, there we go. Just for the handle in the front. All right, let's see what we can do with some Goo Gone and a little bit of elbow grease. All right. Oh, let's put this one down. Not that it's too bad to get all over the table, but catch some of it. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, so spatula or scraper. I think we're done with this. I think we're done with these bits here. The nights are definitely getting colder too, man. Cold, cold, cold. Oh shoot. Just want to check this trailer camera. No. All right. Okay. Yep, like butter. So, oh, too deep. Oh, that has a dent. That's why. It's like pushing it too deep. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be better. That's all we're going for. Better. Oh, I got a little bit. That's all the paint off on that. That was already coming up though. Ooh, I shouldn't have put it over the sticker, I guess. Actually, no. Yeah, I didn't put it over the sticker as much. Yeah, that's metal in there. Starting to rust. And I'll wipe the whole surface down with Goo Gone. Like water. I already did the water part, so let's get the rest with the Goo Gone. Okay. I'm not sure if I can get this side easily, so we'll see. Nah, yeah. I'm not even gonna try. Okay. Gotta be careful of my angle here. Getting dirt off though. Just don't want to get paint off as well. Or too much paint. Hopefully the sticker stays on. We're not. I'm gonna be careful with the sticker. Oh, that's not being careful. Okay. Then that's the best we're gonna get in terms of the clean on the surface here. Let's put a little. Remover. I don't know. I could put this on. Huh. We'll dry it off. I will not put Goo Gone on this as a protectant because it doesn't look like it's made for that. Yep. Oh, by the way, this is the water. So, all that dirty water. Where did I put the other rag? I had a dry rag in here. I do have paper towels. Yeah. And a microfiber cloth, so let's just turn this. But I wanted something a little bit. Oh, here it is. Underneath the gloves. So let's dry this thing off. Beautiful Sunday out. I'm not a super outdoorsy person. Like, not gonna see me camping. It's not my thing. I dislike the bugs. Dislike the bugs and lack of cell service. But I wouldn't mind spending kind of all day in a room that has a lot of sunlight and some AC. I have built such a room. It's a 16 foot by 30 foot, 35 foot building. And I call it my pond room. And, took out a second mortgage on the house to pay for all the glass that's in there. Beautiful, beautiful spot. I don't spend enough time there as of late. Oof. But I'll get in there more. Like new. All right, so this is our unit. This is our unit all cleaned up. Oh, wait. A little bit fuzzy. I think the camera lenses are pretty dirty there. That light looks a little bit blurry, but maybe it's just too bright. But yeah, all shined up. Just got to put in the new filter that comes in this. They say change it out every week. I won't be using it that much. I think it's good for the $600 that I paid for it. Powerful as well. My biggest thing is bang for your buck, of course. And may get the other Miller sticker. I think it's like $23 for another Miller sticker. But yeah, this is our finished product on the plasma cutter, and it works. It sure enough does work. Okay. All right. With that being said, let's think about what else we got. All right. So let's think and talk while we clean up, put our tools away. My next thing is, in terms of order, plasma cutter's finished. Don't need to redo the plug. It's clean. So, oh yeah, we'll do this next. This should be cool now. But plasma cutter will be finished once I get this cleaned off. So I'll go ahead and do this now. But once this is done, we'll just have to wait for the parts for the trigger and get that fixed up. Oh, let's put that underneath there. This I gotta put back where I found it. Put this back where I found it. The Goo Gone. That. This I found it over here, amongst the other tools. Gloves, we'll use those now. no longer need these. But this thing looks beautiful now. I mean, you know, it was good before, but it's even better now. What I might do though, shouldn't take long, but clean the cords off. Well, I already cleaned the cords off, so that's fine. Um, Getting in between these crevices on some of this stuff. Do this real quick. Don't need to get this on camera. Get the dust out of there. Yeah, cables are clean on this. So now, cables are clean. Check the, what's it called system? The air system. That's dangerous. All right. Oh, let's turn on the fans in here. Yeah, it's past noon now. I use Apple Home Kit. Works great. I could turn on just about anything for smart home stuff. All right, so we will need eye protection for this. Really, I just need some goggles, I think. Or this here. Yeah. Yeah, eye shield should be fine. All right, so this. Oh. What's that? Okay, mic's in here. All right. What did I just do? Camera, tiny camera. Must have hit a key on there. All right, let's also getting some new gloves. Ordered like a whole new set of gloves and some packs of gloves, I should say. So that'll come this week. Spent a lot. This is like one of those months where you get an extra paycheck, so. Have that basically on light or on low. A lot of metal flakes. A lot of metal flakes. It looks like almost like aluminum. It's pretty bright. Okay, so that got a bulk of it off. That's actually really nice. It didn't mess with the articulation though, or it moving, or actuation, I guess. Hmm.
Even when this thing is cleaned off, I'll keep this switch as a backup just in case. I'm only messing with this drag tip because I have others, so I can kind of sort of do that. Keep on blowing this mouse off. Okay, so let's get on the inside of this here. Hit it at low. See what's in there. It's almost like he welded something into this. Maybe a chunk of the button's missing or something. So I won't go too deep into that. Ooh, grind off all the damn dirt. And just a buildup over the years. This is still low, yeah, it is. Ah! That's why you wear gloves. I think that's enough for that. So
We have our electrode here. We have our electrode here, silver ring. This is our cup, and then this is our drag guard or drag tip. This one kind of beat that down a little bit. Eh, try to reshape it. Uh, yeah, do a little bit more.
Now these things are consumable, so something like this.
I'd head it with a more of a sanding brush would be better.
Again, I have others. Yeah.
Hit it with like a sanding brush. Be a lot better if I had a bench grinder. Something nice to get where I can get in the inside of that too. I do have others I can compare this against. This is a little bit gunked up. I have nothing small enough to go through that. For the Dremel, I do have my picks here though. Tools of the trade. Okay. Yeah, these are too big. I have others that are smaller. I think they're mostly in the house though. One thing I've learned definitely about is with welding, metalwork, is preparation is key. Yeah, that looks better. And having the tools, of course, for preparation uh, helps a ton, man. It's just like, dude, it's ridiculous the amount of preparatory steps to get a quote unquote better result. Like even doing this and going through this every so often, doing something like this once a week. Um, like checking your materials or consumables, uh, and what have you. So I mean, like it's like wow, well, I don't think I'll do this all. I definitely won't do this all the time, but looking at this, it's like okay, if I clean this, though, it'll make it better. Mm. Okay, that's cool. I want to take this thing apart. I will keep this out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I would love to just buy a new hose and gun and be done with it. Still clean this, have it as a backup or something, and just use the new ones or the new one. But they don't really make this as like a replacement part from what I've seen. One, it's also old, and then two, the newer ones are more replaceable, so it's like more of a socket. The larger units, your Spectrum 1000s, have a more plug and play. You can I think it's the ICE 50C torch, and that one is a little bit better. Um, so this takes like 40 amps, or this torch can do 40 amps, but I can't I can't just do that, man, with this, sadly. I don't know if I have fine screwdrivers in here. Oh no, I don't have small screwdrivers in here. I have funnel screwdrivers, I just don't have them in here. It's the only thing that sucks. Now that it's warmer out, the bugs are coming out, or coming back out. Oh man, I don't have smaller screwdrivers. All right, let's just pick at some of these screws then. I think I have a small enough screwdriver, but it's always hard when you don't have the right screwdriver. Like Phillips head, if like what you have is too large. Like it's like metal or something. Like I mean, or it's not like, but it's metal, but it's like lodged in there, and I can't just get it out. Oh, there it is. Oh man. Looks like that's what exactly he did. He probably melted some, uh, not flux, but what is that thing called again? By the way, if you did want a replacement of this, a refurbished unit sells for about $450, $500. That's another thing. So, best thing I can do. I mean, the switch alone is 60 freaking bucks. It's just kind of crazy to me. It's like a little bit of madness. Okay. Ugh. Okay.
I don't need to do this, but I kind of want to get some of this dirt off here and make me think a little bit about what I want to do. I need to get screwdrivers, a small set. Probably get one for in here. I have a small screwdriver, but it's a chibi screwdriver. Let's see if it works. And it don't. I guess I could sharpen it now.
Dremel it. This is really lazy. I'm gonna get up and go get the other screwdriver, but now I'm kind of in it and half committed. So committed that I almost got my face taken off. Good thing I was listening though. Is it? Oh. Okay.
All right, but this looks good. We're going to. Oh, we gotta get this thing back in there because we need it now. We still need it. So it looks like the cover came off, or the tension thingy. Okay. Let's knock off some more metal.
Again, Dremels are dangerous. Wear eye protection. Did too much on that, but my dad's a cabinet maker by trade. I used to think it was always the most fun thing to blow yourself off with the air compressor. I don't know. I always thought that was fun. All right, let me get a screwdriver or a set of small screwdrivers, and we can take this this gun apart. Be right by you. Okay, back at it. All right, so I've had these sets. So I got them from Walmart in the past. Um, Probably go to Lowe's and go get one today, or actually no, Harbor Freight. But let's at least something with a
more substantial handle. I've seen the inside of one of these on some pictures. Ooh. And of course, take proper safety precautions. Unplug your system beforehand. It's good that I'm doing this on video too, because then I can always rewind it, see if and where I messed up. Don't want to jinx myself, but knock on wood. When it comes in, we'll just, because we got to replace the trigger, which is going to be a while. That's coming from China, it looks like. So that's going to suck in terms of shipping. And this one's going to be hard to get out. Don't totally understand why, but it is hard. Oh, let me get my shield. Face shield again. Damn it, just dropped it. Thank God it's lightweight. Clean this thing off. Now that I know how to properly put this on, it does. It's always been a good face shield, just didn't know how to put it on right. You put the back of the head down first, so it's lowest point, then pull it over your forehead, and click the tightener. Oh, I think I did it too tight. That's why you need a big handle so you can get better leverage on this thing. At this point, you start bringing in the flat head. Really get in there. Damn it. Also have a chance of breaking the screw, or the screwdriver. Another thing is when you're unscrewing like older pieces like this, older things, it's also important to watch like when you're, because it's separated by itself when I was screwing it out, so it started to separate, and that'll cause more tension on this screw, which will make it harder to come out. Come out, wherever you are. Oh, and this thing is like stuck together. Okay. Not all screws are out, but I'm hoping to loosen things up a little bit here. Okay. That was good. I don't think there's another screw anywhere. Okay, so how can I get this screw in particular out? I think I'm gonna have to hammer it in. The hammer is fine, it's just marring the surface or damaging this here of the ain't helping. Uh, oh, yeah. Come on. It's there. That's it. That's it. That's it. Come on up, baby. Oh, nice. Thought it was going to be worse than that. Okay. Still got to be gentle. Nice. So this is inside of our gun here. Literally like going through an anatomy class. But something like this I could service a little bit better. I'll scrape off. Look at this. Piece of the plastics in there. Oh, okay. It's coming from right here. You got a piece of the red plastic in there. Do I want to take that off? I almost want to get another screw in here. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Probably. Ace Hardware is not open today. That sucks. Take a couple of these to the store with me. I guess I will have to go to Lowe's. No biggie. I have no Ziplocs in here. In you go. All right, so let's just get some of this. I guess not mold, but green stuff off. I don't think it's mold. I forgot what they call this stuff. Actually, I don't know what they call this. You see this a lot. Well, it's probably rust. Yeah, probably rust. Like early stages of rust. Of course, no chemicals or anything will be going in here. Okay, so they have the spring and the switch. So they sell this switch separately, and then they sell the switch, and then you have the actual actuator that has a spring. In some cases, they sell the spring. I've seen where they sell the spring separately, which is bullshit, but they sell the spring separately from this body or piece here. I guess that's okay because it's not like you really need it if you already have a spring, but these things go bad over time, right? It might be good to get some spray paint on this, but that can be done when it's all together. Tape it off straight out. Tape this off too, just to make it look for aesthetics. Definitely going to be, like, of course, careful in here. Just really can't get another one of these, man. I can't find like exactly an ICE 40 or ICE 40C torch, and that sucks. get that trailer cam working again. It's probably just change its IP address somehow. I'll probably have to connect it, disconnect it, and reconnect it. Why am I doing all this if I'm gonna get a new Switch? Just cause I like to keep it clean. I'm still gonna keep this as a backup part because it's working. You know, everything's working. It's springing. I wouldn't mind getting another Switch, but that would require me to take this apart here. So there's two wires going into it, and then I would have to solder, or not solder, but shrink wrap this and get it going. It's pretty small, and it's a tight squeeze in here too, just to work with these things. Like if I was to take this thing out here, this is the actual switch. That's how that switch actually looks under that actuator. Yeah, it's clean in here. I mean, you know, again, it's freaking steel for what I got it for, and especially compared to other prices and everything that's out there. People are still in the thousands, 900s, trying to sell this bad boy. You know, I think they're, depending on what they have and, you know, condition and everything like that, well within their rights to do that. You can always do that, but the market will respond accordingly. And sometimes it's in your favor, and sometimes it's not. So, but with this, I found it, saw it, and I was like, gotta get it, baby. And so far, I'm really happy with the purchase. I definitely, as I said, I've said multiple times, I need another one just for parts. Put it down somewhere. And it's cool to see how this mechanism works. So I can't push until I move this piece out of the way. Yeah, this little yellow piece out of the way. So this acts as a safety. Once that's moved out of the way, now this is free and clear to get pushed all the way down. The actuator is free and clear to get pushed all the way down and makes contact with the switch. That's cool. That's cool. Reminds me of my days like working with guns. I wouldn't mind doing that on Twitch, but it sounds like it's honestly it'd be frowned upon with this platform, so I will not.
I'll put that piece back in there.
All right. Yeah, let's get this little broken off piece back in there. Another reason to change the switch out. Thank goodness I didn't just like toss it aside. Jesus, come on. Yeah, fly, man. Get out of my face. All right. Oh, that piece of plastic came out. Dang it. I guess I could always try like getting it back in there. Like some glue or something. I'll probably glue it back on there. Whatevs. That is the least, I think. In fact, take that shit out. Because I don't want that gumming up the works. I mean, the technology is cool, man. That you can do this. Like a whole cutting torch, you know? Like how they have it all set up in here. Freaking. You know, it's old tech, but it's like, or it's an old iteration of it, but freaking awesome, man. So it moves a little bit because that plastic, that piece of red plastic is not there. This little thing. So I guess I could glue it back on. Yeah, we'll just glue it back on. I will. I need to get some. What's it called? Glue. And then need my hands for this. Okay, so. Oh, okay. So I need to do this and let it sit. You know what? I'll be right back again because I need to do this, let it sit, and then I can go to the store while it cures. I think you need like 24 hours for it to cure, to be honest. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Okay. So I'll get this glued back on here and let it cure for 24. I'll probably come back and stream again. In the stream here, but I'll come back and stream again um, with what's it called? With taking apart that welding table and going through it. But almost 3 hours, so that's pretty cool. All right, as always, thank you for watching for those that do, especially those catching the playback, because I'm the only one watching my fail. All right, with that being said, hey, thank you so much. Y'all have a nice one. Peace.